What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the tower. So today I'm going to be doing a progress update. Crowbar Zero is actually busy, so yeah, we just decided I'm going to just do one by myself. We'll get back to it next month though. And then also about the infinite strategy. I might make a video before it actually gets patched. We'll just have to see. I'm not quite sure on that yet. If I would, it would probably be really close to when version 27 comes out. So yeah, I would say at least like a week and a half from today. So yeah, let's get into it. So starting off with the workshop, I really don't think anything's actually changed here. I'm still just doing minimum range with the card for my farming. And then I'm also using minimum bounce shot range. Both of these are just locked with free upgrades mastery. And then my rend armor stuff is both just unlocked. They do get maxed with free upgrades pretty early though. So yeah, it's not really much to say in like the regular workshop category. And then for the defense area, I've been doing 1.65 shockwave size. I might want a little lower, like 1.6 might be better, but this seems decent, so I've just been sticking with that for now. And then yeah, everything else is maxed. I do have the shockwave frequency substat, of course. Then for utility, everything that I can max, I have it. I'm at 600 enemy health level skip now. And then I still do have the enemy attack level skip locked at 0. I think I've said it before, but I like to keep these at round numbers since I don't actually use the workshop presets. It makes it a lot easier when I'm respecking to just put this on 100 and then just upgrade it. But yeah, I like having the freedom of making like a different workshop every time that I respec for something. I can't really do what I would want with presets, so I'm moving on to the workshop enhancements. So I also just have 200 levels into each of these. I think that's a pretty good stopping point because it does start getting really expensive. Like the 5 levels after these ones are like double the cost. I think it starts scaling really fast. And then also for my attack speed, I don't really care about that as much. With how attack speed kind of works with higher game speeds now, you don't really get the full value out of it. So I really don't think you need to go higher than this for farming. Next up, then the defense enhancements. I kind of have the same thing here that I've had. Just 1.64 in health, just enough to unlock the orb size. And then I am at 1.8 orb size now. I don't remember which of these upgrades I had last month, but I might have had this one actually. And then moving on to the utility enhancements. Really nice to have all these maxed. I also just get a little bit of cash bonus, just so I can unlock all these really easily. And yeah, right now I'm working on my enemy level skip plus. There's really not much more for me to work on right now, since these damage ones kind of get really expensive, and I don't think they're super good value. I would say this is going to be the best value. I'm pretty close to getting the next level of this as well. So yeah, these coins really aren't doing that much for me anymore, for my farming at least. The skips are still nice, they're just pretty expensive. Moving on to my ultimate weapons. So I did 2 things in July. I got my smite maxed, which is really nice. This has been really useful. I think it's definitely worth it. I would still say the Chrono Loop would be better to max first, but I would say this is a super good one as well. A lot of uses you can have with the max level smite. And then besides that, the one other thing I did was get the last level of poison swap duration. So yeah, after those 2, I'm just holding stones now for version 27. I would say it's a really high chance we get more stone sinks, so I would say it's definitely worth it for me to hoard my stones for now. So yeah, my chain lightning damage is almost 1,000. I think that's my highest damage multiplier, because my poison swamp is really similar to my smart missiles. They're very close. But yeah, I don't actually use smart missiles anymore for damage. They're pretty much useless for me. So yeah, I'm not upgrading those, of course. I still don't have this last second of death wave cooldown, but I'm fine with sticking with the 60 seconds for now. My farming has been good enough, so I'm not really rushing that. Also, still haven't maxed the chrono field duration. If we didn't have an update coming, this would probably be one of the next things I would do with my stones. It would probably be this and then working on econ. I would say working on the golden tower bonus, maybe these last 2 levels of black hole duration, and then finishing spotlight angle. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Also, I haven't touched inner landmines at all. And then yeah, I haven't touched my poison swamp since I increased the damage. I think it was like early June I did that maybe. And still just that poison swamp plus 5. And then my only ultimate weapon I don't have unlocked is the consume, which I would honestly rather have unlocked than maybe like inner landmine plus or the smart missile plus. I would probably want to have those locked. They don't really do much for me. And then I'm also at spotlight plus 3 still. My base bonus is pretty low, but I don't think this upgrade is like really good value compared to a lot of the other upgrades. So I think that's fine with what I have for now. So yeah, I'm not really in a rush there to like increase that or anything. Moving on to my cards. I really don't think I've changed anything here. I still just have 25 card slots. And I'll show you my card presets once again. So that's my farming one. And then my tournament one It's probably pretty similar since we just have a lot of card slots. So yeah, I'll just quickly go through what I have here. And then yeah, I don't really use any of these other presets. I still just am missing the EHP masteries. I think if EHP would come back, they're only like 3,500 stones around there to get them all. So yeah, I'm pretty close to that, as you can see. Moving on to my modules. So I just started saving up my rerolls. But I think the main thing I was rolling for is the Poison Swab duration here. I still haven't got this. I've been pretty unlucky with it. Also was rolling on this for a bit. I'm still trying to build this since I rebuilt my Astral Deliverance for the Bounce Web. So here I'm just missing Super Crit Molt, and then I'll probably get like Rend Armor Max here. Potentially would get attack speed if they fix that, since that would probably be good. When you're actually getting all the bullets you can on like max game speeds. I don't think I've really changed anything else. Don't really need anything in this last slot for my Black Hole Digester. I'll still have this Mythic 8 wall rebuild on my Anti-Q portal. Luckily, the value doesn't go up super high, getting this to Ancestral, so it's not a super big deal. Still the same stuff on my Multiverse Nexus, which is all three of the cooldowns. Then yeah, I showed you this already. But yeah, if I upgraded my Chrono Field duration with stones, then I could probably get rid of that. But yeah, that's just nice to have for now. I'm saving a lot of stones by having this substat, and then also the Black Hole cooldown one here. And then on my Astral Deliverance, I'm still missing the bounce shot range. Similar to the wall rebuild, this one's not super high value to get to Ancestral. The bonus doesn't actually go up that much, so this is fine. Haven't changed anything on my death penalty either. Still just have all the same stuff. And then my project funding is the same as well. Just have the enemy health level skip and the package chance. Mythic cash bonus still. I really don't think that makes a huge difference, so it's not super important for me. And yeah, I would say a lot of my modules are getting kind of close to the last substat. 10 levels away on my core, and then 12 levels away on my other modules. My armor is about the same as these ones. Next up, we have labs. So I still just have my one EHP lab up here. This is actually the last level of the health, so I'm going to probably go to like health regen next for this. I'll look over all the EHP labs when I'm actually going through them here in a minute. I'm also doing the lightning amplifier, since scanners kind of become a problem with the bounce web. Also on the last level of boss health, still just trying to maximize how much I can kill bosses doing like fast ultimate. So yeah, after this, I'm not sure what I would go into. Maybe like wall thorns or something. I think that's pretty high on my list. And then also still doing lab coin discount. This one's getting there as well. And yeah, I hope this helps in the future, at one point at least. So yeah, it will be nice to have this done. And then I'm also doing range right now. I kind of just want to have the option to use a super high range. It's just nice to have the option for that. But yeah, this one still has some time before it's done. And then yeah, I'll just show you all my labs again. There's nothing else I really want to work on in the main research category. Attack research, I still want to work on these a little bit. Probably get them like 20 each at one point. The ones I actually want to work on with this EHP slot are health, of course, but that's about to finish up. Also health regen, and the defense percent, wall regen, and wall fortification as well. And then there's also utility research, two of those. Both these recovery package ones. So yeah, I might just go into health regen to finish that up next. I don't know if I'll do defense absolute at one point, but yeah, I would say that probably after everything else I mentioned. I also want to do landmine decay at one point. It's kind of an interesting lab. It could be decent, just since like landmines will last longer and have a chance for an enemy to actually hit them. Then wall thorns is what I want to do, of course. Still haven't finished up cash bonus. I might slot that in at one point though. And then going to my ultimate weapon research. I guess this one would also count as a EHP one, so that can also go in the EHP slot. I don't really think I'm going to do missile despawn time. Shock chance would also be nice to max. I also want to do Deathwave damage amplifier, since I think Deathwave is actually a really good damage ultimate weapon if you kind of set up for it right and you have the investment. So yeah, maxing that lab would be nice if I ever want to go down that route. Cards, I'm actually pretty much done with all the card researches besides the other masteries that I don't have unlocked. But yeah, I have one level left in the free upgrade mastery. I was working on that. So yeah, I'll probably max that soon here. I do already have some progress on it. Perks research? Not sure if I'm going to do waves required at all. Maybe go to like 20. That would probably be like the last thing I would do though. I do want to get this last ban as well at one point. And then maybe a few more auto picks. I would say this one's pretty low priority. I kind of want to try to get this done before version 27. It's just a really long lab. So yeah, I might slot this in as one of my next ones. Then bots. The only thing I don't have done here is linger time. And then some other enemy labs. I do have the protector elf done as well. And then yeah, like I said, boss health will be done soon here. Also kind of want to do protector radius. I do have some good progress on that already. But yeah, I would say most of the other stuff here isn't super important for me. There's definitely other labs I would rather do. And then lastly, the modules. I do have all these maxed. Really nice to have all these bands done. Moving on to my events. We got 1 day and 5 hours left on this event. I have everything done. Got all the relics and the medals. And I have been buying 45 stones per event. Just because medals don't really have much of a use right now. So it's really not that many medals to spend. It's like 200. It's not that bad. I think the stones will add up over time. And then yeah, we did get the new tower themes this event. I haven't used them, but they look pretty cool. And then yeah, my bots haven't really changed either. Kind of been saving my medals as usual. That's how it's kind of been for me for the past few months. Nothing's changed my tournament setup either. Next is my vault. So I haven't changed anything in my harmony tree. I still don't have the free mission reroll or the workshop presets. I don't think these ones are worth it. Don't really want to get this just because I kind of want to get an even spread on my modules. And I don't think this one's worth the keys. It's not too hard to shadow your rares. Might want to get like a card slot at one point, like 1 or 2 more. But I don't really need them right now. And then yeah, I kind of just skipped this. This one's mostly useless. And then yeah, I have everything else here already. The bot preset was nice to get early. Moving on to the power tree. As you might notice, I did actually get my tier 3 tree yesterday after the tournament. And yeah, as you can see, these are really expensive. They did actually double compared to the tier 2. I said they would be 3 times as expensive as the regular one in my vault video, but it's actually 4 times as expensive. There's still so many keys here to be able to max the whole tree out. So yeah, it's definitely gonna be a long time before anyone does that. But yeah, it was really nice to finally get this. I think the first thing I want to get to tier 3 is my coins a kill. I think this upgrade's really good. Might also do my enemy health level skip as well. Not sure exactly what I would want after that. Orb speed sounds pretty good, but also the free upgrade ones. Of course, these are going to help with econ as well. Don't know if I would want like attack speed or like multi-shot and bounce shot. Probably would do bounce shot at one point. I got both of these for the bounce web. I might also get this wall rebuild at some point, since I think this could be pretty good value. That's like a lot of keys that I just talked about. So yeah, I would say the progress here is going to be slow now. Next up, I can go over my guardian stuff. So I have some investment in my fetch, and then I do have a good amount in my attack, since I was testing some stuff with that. Luckily, you don't really need too much fetch investment to get your daily caps. I'm not quite there yet, but yeah, I think I'll get pretty close by the end of the day. Might still keep upgrading this a bit more. But yeah, I'm usually going to be getting it close at least. And then in the store, I'm pretty much maxed. I've got both the relics, and I got all the extra themes. I still have 25 more bits here I can get. And then I got most of the module shards already. Then haven't touched the gems either. But yeah, we still have 2 weeks left, so there's definitely time to get everything else here. But yeah, there's a lot more room to get everything this time, unless you didn't have either of these in one of the last guild seasons. Going over to my tournaments. So I have been doing the infinite strategy a little bit. I'm not sure why my tournament on the 26th didn't actually count. It's kind of just not here for some reason, but I had around 11,000 waves. That was also the infinite. So yeah, this is actually pretty close to the maximum waves you can get. I did a full 28-hour run. Got to 23,144. It's pretty fun just trying to maximize the waves, like see how far you can actually go in the time frame. So that was pretty fun to do. Haven't missed any firsts either. It's been a while. Last time was actually at rank 3 back in early June. And then lastly, I'm going to go over my stats, I guess. Up to 174 big Q lifetime. I think in the current version, this is definitely enough. Like at this point, coins really aren't doing that much for me. The value is just a lot lower. Since I can pretty much max most of the actual important stuff. 186,000 stones. I haven't bought any of the web store packs this month. So yeah, I could get up to around like 7,000 right now if I bought all those. And then as you can see, my damage does say infinity, similar to the Thorns damage. That's if you reach a certain point, like at the enemy health, it actually rolls over to infinity. And yeah, I'm not sure if that's exactly where this comes from, but it's just a super high number that the game can't really comprehend. So yeah, it's kind of cool to have though as like a lifetime damage dealt. 3,060 research complete. I'm not sure what else would be of interest here, but yeah, there's all my stats. And then for my farming, I think I'm doing consistently over 10,000 waves now. Most of my runs are around 84 to 85 Q an hour, which is not bad. Definitely could be a lot higher if I actually like max my econ stuff. But yeah, like I said, it's definitely enough for this patch. That will probably change once version 27 comes out though. But yeah, like I said, I have the stones ready. So yeah, pretty much just waiting on that to see what happens. I guess the last thing would be maybe my coin bonus. So I did just hit 6,000 actually on tier 16. I think a module level got me there. But yeah, just over 6,000. I have the current max theme bonus in the game. So yeah, that's a pretty cool milestone to get to. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, if you have any other questions or maybe any suggestions on like videos you want me to do or something like that, you can go ahead and leave those in the comments. And yeah, see ya.